of Giving took place on November 26th. Find out more later on News 22.
Eastern hosted another blood drive. Find out more on News 22.
Good evening and welcome to News 22. I'm Jennifer Shaler.
And I'm Elizabeth Hilton. President-elect Barack Obama has been hard at work picking his cabinet. Tuesday, December 2nd, he announced, along with Defense Secretary Robert Gates, the new Secretary of State will be Hillary Clinton. According to the CNN polls, the majority of Americans approve of Obama's cabinet picks. Only 22% disapprove. Many of Obama's picks have ties to the Clinton administration or Washington.
Pratt & Whitney has announced that it will be laying off 350 employees. 280 of those being laid off are from Connecticut plants in East Hartford, Middletown, and Cheshire. Pratt & Whitney has said that the layoff is a result of the company trying to stay competitive during challenging financial times.
The family of a Long Island Walmart worker who was trampled to death on Black Friday by crusades of bargain shoppers is suing the store, filing a wrongful death. They're claiming the store ads offered deep discounts that created an atmosphere of competition and anxiety that led to a crowd of craze. The lawsuit claims that Walmart store also failed at providing proper security for the pre-dawn crowd of 2000. Walmart issued a statement saying it will cooperate with local law enforcement to develop stronger safety measures for the future.
It's time to get in the holiday spirit. Members of the Public Relations Student Society America Club are holding a one-stop holiday shop. This fundraiser is taking place next Monday, December 8th from 5 to 9 p.m. in the Betty Tipton Room. Come with your friends and get all your holiday gifts bought and wrapped before the holiday break.
On Monday, October 24th, the Kramer Preschool, located on Prospect Street, only moments away from Eastern, caught fire. News 22's Lighting Quick news team was first news team to arrive.
A fire broke out here at the educational building of Kramer, located in the middle of Eastern's campus. And Eastern's own News 22 was the first news team on the scene. On arrival to the scene, it was apparent that the whole block surrounding Kramer was blocked off by police. More than 6 fire trucks filled the streets, accompanied by a number of police cars and ambulances. Hoses crossed the roads connecting to the surrounding fire hydrants, while firefighters both on the rooftop and inside the building battled the blaze. The scene drew many residents and students from their homes to watch as firefighters from Willimantic, Columbia, and Mansfield extinguished the fire. Reports claim a custodian saw flames coming from the library and put the call into 911. We were able to get an interview with one of the firefighters on the scene.
On our arrival, we did have a large volume of smoke showing from the top right over there. Made an initial attack, real aggressive attack, interior with the guys on the engine. Found a seat of fire and attempted to extinguish it at that point.
While other news teams are just arriving here on the scene at Kramer, Eastern's own News 22 has been here for hours. This only proves that for on-campus news, it's TV 22 that has the coverage you can count on. For News 22, I'm Craig Horsley.
There has been no official report from police or fire departments stating the exact cause of the blaze. Kramer had to close for a few days due to fire damages, but classes continued on Monday just after Thanksgiving holiday.
Barack Obama's regional campaign directors will be speaking at Eastern on Wednesday, December 10th at 3 p.m. in the Betty Tipton Room. The directors will be speaking out against use of technology in resident presidential campaigns.
Each year, fires causes many injuries and result in millions of dollars in damages. Fires are stated in a number of ways. Reporter Susan Davis has tips on how to be prepared for in case of a fire.
Safety is an important issue, whether you live in a house, apartment, or dorm room. Knowing what to do in case of a fire emergency is extremely important. Cooking fires are the #1 cause of fire-related accidents in the United States. There were 1,952 fires in Windham County in 2007. You should always use pots and pans with lids, keep baking soda handy, and always have a fire extinguisher nearby. The best way to put out a cooking fire is draping a wet cloth over the pan. We spoke with Sam Coatney about his experience with kitchen fires.
My only experiences with fires is my uncle one time was basically lighting his gas stove. And in the process of doing that, he had turned on the gas for the stove. And he was delayed trying to find a lighter or get a lighter. Once he got one up to the stove, he went to light it off, and it basically flashed in his face, burned off all the hair off his eyebrows, his eyelashes, his top of his forehead, and blew out the windows. And pretty bad. It was a pretty bad scene. But in that sense, I'm not, none of the house caught on fire, luckily. But that could possibly happen where you have a fire spread from that point on in in the cabinetry and stuff above the stove. So in that sense, you probably should talk to a fireman about gas stoves and what you should do just in case that happens.
The best way to put out a cooking fire is to take a wet cloth, put it under the sink, and to drape the fire with the cloth. Don't throw at it, because if you do that, it can spread the fire. Don't throw water on it, because it can explode and cause a larger fire. You want to make sure that you take a wet cloth and drape the fire to get rid of the oxygen, and it'll go out.
Cigarettes are another major cause of house fires. If you smoke or live with someone who smokes, learn the facts. Every year, over 1,000 people are killed across the nation. A lit cigarette can cause a large fire in seconds. 1 in 4 people killed in home fires are not the smoker whose cigarette caused the fire. More than 1/3 were children of the smokers. Putting out a cigarette the right way only takes a few seconds. It is up to you to make sure your cigarette is put out all the way, every time. If you smoke, smoke outside. Wherever you smoke, use deep, sturdy ashtrays. Never smoke in a home where oxygen is used, and always make sure cigarettes and ashes are completely out. We spoke with Stephen Carrera about his experience with cigarette fires.
Well, I was walking through the woods. Me and my buddies were going on a hike, and I was done with my cigarette, so I flicked it off, and it fell in a pile of leaves, and I noticed the leaves were smoking and caught a little fire, so I ran up and stomped it out.
The fire dangers with cigarettes are most of the time when people fall asleep with them in their hand, falling onto a couch, a mattress, or a carpet, causing a fire, and they're unaware because they're sleeping.
Fires can happen quickly, and you need to be prepared. Make sure to check your fire alarms once a month and change the batteries at least once a year. Always have a fire extinguisher available in your home and have an evacuation route planned for your family. This is Suzanne Davis reporting for TV22.
Thanks, Susan. For more fire safety tips to make sure you're safe, especially around the holiday season, go to www.firesafety.gov. And News 22 will be right back with this week's editorial right after this break.
My first experience with drinking.
My first experience
I
drinking.
went shot for shot with a bunch of guys.
Gulped down the whole thing.
We finished a liter.
I drank a little bit too much.
There was a lot of vomiting. I ended up passed out in a closet.
I had to go to the hospital because I was sick.
Found out that one of my real close friends was in the hospital.
I was 13.
14. 15.
13.
Fire safety is an important part of our well-being on campus. By taking precautions and making smart decisions, fires can be avoided. Be aware of overloaded electrical outlets. Don't leave cooking unattended, and make sure paper and other flammable materials are not placed near the stove. Preventing a fire is important, but knowing what to do if one occurs is just as important. If the alarm sounds, don't panic and evacuate immediately. Refer to your residential hall office for the quickest and safest route, and remember, never take an elevator during a fire. For more information, visit us at www.eastern.ct.edu/DEPTS/police.
We're back, and we have with us James Wolfe with this week's editorial. James?
Thanks, guys. Commercialization. Charlie Brown was upset about in the 60s, complaining that the holiday season had become so overrun with ads and gimmickry that no one knew what the real meaning of Christmas was. Luckily for Chucky B, he had Linus to help him out. But what about today? 40 years later, Linus is in his 50s, and a surprising amount of kids don't know the true meaning of Christmas. Never mind the stories behind Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. Commercialization has kidnapped our holiday season and turned it into something unrecognizable, Luckily, a few brave and intelligent Americans have discovered the antidote to the disease we call commercialization. You know what they did, my friends? They founded Festivus. Yes, Festivus, a holiday for the rest of us. Say it out loud to yourself. Listen to it roll off your tongue in a triumphant display of linguistic splendor. Festivus. It's the holiday that anyone can celebrate, regardless of your age, race, religion, or gender. Festivus is for everyone, and yet it symbolizes nothing. First celebrated in 1997 by the Costanza family of New York, New York, the holiday is a response to the over-commercialization of the holiday season. It conveniently takes place on the 23rd of December and consists of 3 major rituals. The erecting of the Festivus pole, which is a slap in the face to over-adorn Christmas trees and gaudy menorahs. The airing of grievances, where you let everyone in your family know how often they've disappointed you over that year. And the feats of strength, where everyone partaking in the Festivus celebration takes a shot at wrestling the head of the household. And the best part? No wasting money on presents for people you don't like. Sign me up. For more information on Festivus, check out www.festivusbook.com to learn how to celebrate Festivus. To get your own poll, go to festivuspol.com. And for News 22, I'm James Wolfe. Festivus yes, bagels no.
Jess, I don't know what to do.
What's wrong? I thought today was the night. What happened?
I know it's supposed to be, but he doesn't have a condom. He said he doesn't have any money. He spent it all at the bar.
Well, don't go through with it if he doesn't have a condom.
I know, but he really wants it.
Oh, I know. I heard the other day that Health Services gives away free condoms.
Free condoms?
Free condoms!
Whoa! Did I just hear you guys say free condoms?
Free condoms! Health Services not only takes care of you when you're sick, but helps you stay healthy. They provide free information, services, and free condoms. They have male and female condoms and are there for any questions you have. Stop by Health Services for any questions or concerns. Remember, Eastern, stay safe.
Adopt a Family is an event going on throughout the month of December. The Windham Area Interfaith Ministry and the Access Services of Accessibilities are asking for your support to make this holiday season a happy one for a family of 4. They are raising funds for a holiday meal for a mother, father, a girl age 7, and a boy age 2. Visit the second floor of Wood Support Services for more information on how you can help.
This Thanksgiving, Eastern students worked together with the Willimantic community to make sure everyone was stuffed. News 22 reporter Elizabeth Hilton has the story.
Eastern's Day of Giving is taking place right now. Let's go check it out.
I am so proud of this event. It just makes me so proud of our students. This is a student idea, and I thought, well, you know, we'll probably get a nice turnout. I thought if we got 40 or 50 people, and I walked in last year, we had 450 people here. And I'm always struck by how many children are here. We give the children coloring books and crayons when they come, and a lot of the children tell me that they're not going to have turkey tomorrow, so I know that if they weren't eating a nice Thanksgiving meal today, they probably wouldn't have it.
Right now, we probably served close to 250 people already. Well, this year we did 4 different pickup locations. We had 2 separate ones at the Soup Kitchen, and then one at Access Agency, and then another one at Wyndham Heights Apartments, okay? And then also we have a handicap bus that's able to pick people up at the Senior Center too. So we wanted to make sure that we cater to everybody and it was easily accessible for everyone to get here. You know, based on the way the economy is now and the way the current job market is, I mean, we're probably going to exceed the amount of people we had to serve last year, which is unfortunate. We honestly don't want to have to do that, but if there's a need for it, I mean, then that's what we're here for. So we're probably looking at about 500 people this year. Last year, we did a very large-scale canned food drive along with this event, and we raised over 10,000 food items. This year, we doubled that and served over 20,000, received over 20,000 food items donated, which is great.
I run the kitchen here. I'm the executive chef at Hurley. I have different ratios that I calculate how many people we're going to get. You know, obviously you never know exactly how many people, but you never want to run out of food, so you always have to be careful. We cooked about 350 pounds of turkey. Everything that we have left over, we're also going to donate back to the soup kitchen.
Last year, I didn't join PHP until just after they did this last year, and when I heard how big it was, I started finding out throughout the year when they won awards and different things like that this was a really big event, and I knew I had to be a part of it. Today, I'm the person that gets to replace all the food trays when they start to get empty. Bring them back in the kitchen, swap it out, but I also can't sit around too long, so I kind of been finding other people's jobs to do as well. It's kind of fun.
Thanksgiving might be over for some of us, but thanks to all the canned food items that's been donated, less fortunate families and individuals all around the Windham area will have food for months to be thankful for. In Hurley Hall, I'm Elizabeth Hilton, News 22.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Congratulations to all those involved in such a successful day of giving.
Next Thursday, News 22 will host its annual Friends and Family Night. Friends and family of the show will be able to watch the live broadcast from the studio and witness all the behind-scenes action. We will be accepting donations for production materials and our club's annual trip to Las Vegas. Any viewers wishing to attend Friends and Family Night, email tv@stu.easternct.edu.
Hurley Hall has cleaned up its plates this holiday season. News 22 reporter Simone Oliva has more.
We're here at the Covenant Soup Kitchen on the corner of Valley and Walnut, minutes away from Eastern. Chartwell's Dining Services and People Helping People are here to donate 600 pounds of food as the final step to Project Clean Plate. Employees from Chartwell's and Eastern student group People Helping People joined forces to deliver a van load of non-perishable food items to the Covenant Soup Kitchen as the final step of raising awareness to stop food waste.
And I was really surprised how much food waste that there actually is with the students. But it was really a great experience because we got to donate all the pounds that we saved.
We spoke with the Senior Director of Dining Services, Jason Coombs, who stressed how important it is for students to be aware of the amount of waste that can be avoided.
The best thing about this program, the only way it works is if it's student-driven. And we have Nicole as a marketing intern spearheaded this and brought on Project People Helping People to get the Project Clean Plate off the ground, and it was very successful. And we ended up donating 600 pounds worth of usable food here to the Covenant House. But not only that, we also reduced 30% of food waste at the same time.
Paul Doyle, the director from the Covenant Soup Kitchen, informed us how we can help the kitchen during the holiday season.
But after Thanksgiving, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we can always use people to come down and help sort donations. This is when we get a pretty good percentage of our donations here at the Soup Kitchen. So we can always use people to help sort. We can always use people to help us prepare meals in the kitchen, as many students from Eastern already do. And so that's always a big help as far as volunteer time is concerned. That's a biggie.
The Covenant Soup Kitchen appreciates all the help that they've been getting during this holiday season. But remember, helping your community shouldn't stop when the holidays are over. From the Covenant Soup Kitchen, I'm Simone Oliva, News 22.
Thanks, Simone. Remember, viewers, make sure your eyes aren't bigger than your stomachs when you're filling up your plates.
Guest speaker Marilyn Nelson, former Connecticut Poet Laureate, will be visiting Eastern Friday, December 5th at 7 p.m. to read her poetry and talk about the craft of writing.
Get ready to have your mind blown away. Friday After Dark series will be showcasing mentalist Wayne Hoffman. The mentalist and illusionist has appeared on the TV show Phenomenon. The show starts at 8:00 p.m. on Saturday, December 6th.
Students donated to a good cause this week. News 22 reporter Sierra Brown has more.
We're here at the American Red Cross Blood Drive, where students get the chance to donate blood for a good cause. I sat down with Joanne Krikian to find out more about the blood drive.
Basically, they need to have an ID with them, and they come in and they register here. We give them a name tag. They come over and they sit down and read a little bit more information about the donation process to make sure it's safe for them to donate. Then they'll come over to this section over here and do a private health history. So what that means is they'll have their temperature, their pulse, blood pressure taken. We'll prick your finger just to check to see your iron level's high enough to see that it's safe for you to donate. and then they'll ask you a whole bunch of questions, and it's everything from where have you traveled in the last 12 months to if you've had a tattoo or a piercing. They find the best vein, so it's the most comfortable for you. They rub your arm with iodine. So it's a nice clean surface. Then we have the whole process takes about an hour, but the actual blood donation itself takes between 5 and 10 minutes. And then you get to go to canteen, and at Eastern they serve like fantastic pancakes for everybody who donates. When people come out to donate, we actually take a whole unit of their blood, we take it back to Farmington and spin it through a centrifuge, and then we take the parts that we need, which are the plasma, the platelets, and the red cells, and all three of those things can go to different patients, and they can be used for different things. So if a baby's born prematurely and they're not able to produce their own blood, then their red cells will go to them. If somebody was burned in a fire, then their plasma could go to them. If somebody has leukemia or cancer and is going through chemotherapy, then their platelets would go to them. So it's not a cliche that we say when one donation can save 3 lives, because it really can, because it can affect so many people.
I also got a chance to sit down and talk to one of the donors, Joseph Jalowicki, on how he feels about the blood drive.
I think it's a good thing. I think people coming here and donating blood is good and helps everyone out.
So next time there's a blood drive at Eastern, help save a life. Inside the BTR, Sierra Brown for News 22.
Thanks, Sierra. Visit the Red Cross website to find out other locations where you can donate blood.
There will be a commuter ice cream social on Wednesday, December 10th at 3 p.m. in the Student Center Cafe. Commuters will get a chance to interact with each other and ask questions. Residents are also encouraged to go to attend the commuter resident interaction.
And News 22 will be right back with this week's sports update right after this break.
Listen up, Energy Hogs. We got a real porker of a house here. Get in there and waste some energy.
There's no insulation, boss. It's hog heaven.
Leaky windows, too. This is gonna be a breeze. Perfect. Go wild and waste some wattage.
Time to tan. Oh, there's hot water for just one pair of pants. My kind of place.
Wow, this thing's so old it's gonna take me hours to get dry.
Keep wasting. They'll never know what hit them till they get the energy bill.
What the? Boss, they're home! And they've got energy-efficient bulbs!
You've got the power to get rid of energy hogs. You can help your parents add insulation, put in Energy Star appliances, and lots of other things to make your home hog-free. Find out how at energyhog.org and play fun games, too.
Oh, retreat! Retreat!
Go to energyhog.org and get the energy hogs out of your home.
Hey, wait for me!
Hello, little prince. Mother, what we gonna do today?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. We have with us Greg Lasota with this week's sports update. Over to you, Greg.
Thanks, ladies. For this week's Athlete of the Week, News 22 reporter TJ Snubdowski brings us to the court with guard Jessica Moriarty of the women's basketball team.
Athlete of the Week, we've chosen sophomore Jessica Moriarty of the women's basketball team. Since joining the Eastern Connecticut State University women's basketball team, Jessica Moriarty has been a productive powerhouse. In her last game, Moriarty scored a career-high 20 points. We were given the opportunity to talk to Jessica about her accomplishment.
It's nice to be recognized for the hard work that we put forward, so it's nice to be, it's picked throughout the whole conference, so it's a nice award, accomplishment to receive. I think I'm doing well. There's always things that you can work on and to get better in, minor things that you yourself see or what your coach or teammates see as well, but I think I'm doing okay for the most part and just want to get better. It's tough, especially during finals week for the most part, but I mean, coach is very understanding when it comes to classes, and teachers are respectful too to athletes, so I mean, it's hard work, but it's manageable. Everybody's working hard and everybody's playing well. We're a little limited in numbers, but everybody's putting their best effort in, and we're very close and just pulling together and playing well.
Be sure to tune in next week for the next Athlete of the Week. I'm TJ Snubkowski, News 22.
Thanks, TJ. In women's basketball, the Lady Warriors snipped Emmanuel College this past Saturday, 64-61. After struggling throughout the first half of the game, the Warriors took control all throughout the second half. Moriarty scored 20 points in the game, making that her career high. Nikki Morey scored 17 points, and senior Ashley McFedridge had 8 with a career high of 10 rebounds that night. The Lady Warriors are away tonight against Roger Williams College. However, their next home game is Saturday at 1 p.m. Now we have News 22's Game of the Week. Here I am in Hartford, Connecticut at Trinity College, where Trinity plays Eastern Connecticut State University in a Division III NCAA non-conference game. Eastern would have to try to defeat Trinity without their starting point guard, Courtney Simmons, out with a back injury. Jared Willis would have to step up and try to lead the team to victory. In the first half, it was all Trinity. They shot 60% from the field and 72% from three-point land. Eastern would shoot 50% from the field, but only 20% from the three. The lead would get all the way up to 19 points.
We knew they were a very talented team. I mean, they were 1-2, but they've played a tough schedule. We knew it was going to be a very, very difficult game, especially on their home court. So we talked about coming out, withstanding their initial run, and then we thought that we would be able to make some runs of our own.
Well, definitely a big rival for us. We play them every year, and the last time we beat them was, I think, my sophomore year. We have to have an overall solid game. They're a very good team. They have a lot of good athletes. They're pretty big. So just got to keep them off the boards and play solid defense, and usually that'll give us a W. So. Down 13 at the beginning of the second half, freshman Jeremy Thompson stepped it up, dominating down low and getting the momentum back on Eastern side.
Jeremy played great. I mean, once again, you know, the sky's the limit for Jeremy. I mean, he's a freshman. You know, he's still learning. He's still learning offensively what we're trying to get him to do. You know, but when he puts his mind to it and he's ready to play, he's hard to guard down there.
Jeremy ended the game with 19 points and 5 rebounds. Jared Willis had a tremendous game himself, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. He had 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Jared had some clutch free throws at the end of the game to seal the deal. Trinity had one last chance with 10 seconds left to try to tie the game down by 3, but Eastern's defense stopped them. Eastern comes back and wins by 3, 75-72. We got to speak with Coach Geithner about this tremendous victory.
We talked about taking each possession at a time. I mean, there's no 19-point play in basketball. That, you know, we had to be disciplined, we had to play to our strengths, and then we had to defend. I mean, once again, we weren't going to get back just on offense. I mean, we needed to guard, we needed to get stops, and I thought our guys really dug in, and you know, they could have quit when we were down 19, but they hung in, and you know, things started to go our way, and I think it just snowballed.
Here at Trinity College, Eastern just came back victoriously from a 19-point lead, winning 75-72. I'm Greg Lasota, News 22. After Trinity's game, the Warriors suffered a loss to Connecticut College 83-78 this past Sunday. Men's basketball team came back from 10 points and had the chance to win, but unfortunately couldn't take home the win. Eastern now stands at a record of 3-3. Eastern plays Plymouth State College this Saturday at 3 p.m. in a Little East Conference opener. The women's swim team dominated St. Joseph College this past Saturday as they win big 146-117. Jessica Wilson and Amy Arisco both swam the fastest times in 5 events to bring it home for the Warriors. Junior Kelsey Doney also had a big night as she swam the fastest